Galactic Council had made a fatal assumption about humanity, that their weakness was their youth, their fragility, their soft flesh. They had never considered that humanity's greatest weapon might be the bond between a silent child and a creature born from Earth's most fearless predator. Aaron stood perfectly still in the center of the crystalline chamber, small hands clasped behind their back. The 8-year-old human appeared unremarkable to the assembled alien delegates. Short brown hair, curious dark eyes, and a frame that seemed impossibly delicate compared to the towering Cthaxians and armored Vexari surrounding them. But those who watched closely noticed something unsettling. The child never blinked, never fidgeted, never showed fear. At Aaron's feet, Rex sat with unnatural patience. The honey badger was larger than its Earth ancestors, enhanced through generations of genetic refinement by human military scientists. His black and silver coat rippled with barely contained muscle, and his eyes, modified to see across multiple spectrums, tracked every movement in the room with predatory precision. A low-frequency rumble emanated from his throat, inaudible to most species, but felt as a vibration through the floor. This is humanity's response. Warlord Cthaxians' mandibles clicked with amusement. The Cthaxian commander stood 3 meters tall, exoskeleton gleaming with battle honors earned across a dozen conquered worlds. A child and a pet? We offer you the chance to surrender your colony worlds peacefully. And you send us this insult. Ambassador Chun, the human diplomatic representative, remained composed despite the sweat on her forehead. The child is here as an observer, Warlord. We simply wanted you to understand what you're threatening. Threatening? Cthaxians laughed, a chittering sound that made the other delegates shift uncomfortably. We have already won. Your defense fleets are scattered. Your colonies unprotected. Accept our terms or watch your settlements burn. The other council members murmured their agreement. The Vexari, the Salathi Collective, the Drenni Empire, all had aligned with the Cthaxians, sensing easy prey in humanity's relatively young stellar civilization. Humanity had only been in space for 2 centuries. What could they possibly do against empires that had dominated the stars for millennia? Aaron finally moved, taking 3 small steps forward. The sound of the child's shoes on the crystal floor seemed unnaturally loud in the sudden silence. We tried to warn them, Aaron said softly, voice barely above a whisper. Rex's ears perked up. The honey badger's body tensed, every muscle coiled like a spring. Those closest to the pair felt the temperature in the room drop several degrees. Cthaxians leaned down, bringing his massive head level with the child. Warn us about what, little human? About your fragile species? Your pathetic havoc. The word left Aaron's lips as a whisper, but it might as well have been a thunderclap. Rex moved. The honey badger became a blur of silver and black fury. Modified muscle fibers propelled him forward at speeds that defied his size. Reinforced claws, harder than diamond, extended from his paws. His jaw unhinged slightly, revealing teeth enhanced to tear through armor plating. The first Vexari guard never saw him coming. Rex climbed the alien's armored torso in half a second, claws finding every joint and weak point with surgical precision. The guard's plasma rifle discharged into the ceiling as Rex's jaws clamped onto the softer tissue beneath the helmet seal. The alien fell gurgling. Chaos erupted. Security forces opened fire, but Rex was already gone, moving with the enhanced agility and fearlessness that had made honey badgers legendary on Earth. Plasma bolts scorched the crystalline walls. Kinetic rounds shattered priceless artistic displays. None of it touched the small predator that seemed to exist in the spaces between attacks. A Salathi warrior, 3 times Rex's size and covered in biometallic scales, raised an energy blade. Rex ran directly at him, ducked under the swing, and drove his claws into the alien's primary knee joint. As the warrior collapsed, Rex was already targeting the next threat. The Drenni delegates attempted a defensive formation. Rex went through them like a biological missile, exploiting every weakness in their ceremonial armor. His enhanced intelligence allowed him to process tactical information faster than most combat AI, identifying patterns and vulnerabilities in microseconds. Through it all, Aaron stood motionless in the center of the chamber, untouched by the carnage swirling around them. The child's expression remained neutral, almost sad. Cthaxians bellowed orders, his own guards forming a protective circle. Kill the beast. Kill them both. But Ambassador Chun was smiling now, her earlier nervousness replaced by grim satisfaction. You should have listened to our warnings, Warlord. Rex isn't a pet. He's a proof of concept. Concept of what? Cthaxians snarled. Of what happens when humanity takes Earth's most fearless creatures and makes them better, faster, stronger, smarter. Chen's voice carried across the chamber despite the chaos. And we didn't make just one. The color drained from Cthaxians' face. How many? He demanded. Enough, Chen replied. Every single one is bonded to a human handler. Every single one is currently deployed on ships heading toward your military installations. Every single one is waiting for a single word. Rex had cleared the immediate area around Aaron, his fur matted with alien blood, breathing barely elevated despite the carnage. He returned to the child's side, calm as if on a simple walk. Aaron looked up at Cthaxians with unblinking eyes. We didn't want war, warlord. We wanted peace, but you mistook our kindness for weakness. The child reached down and gently stroked Rex's head. The honey badger's tail wagged once. Humanity learned something important from Earth, Aaron continued. The most dangerous creatures aren't always the biggest or strongest. Sometimes they're the ones that simply refuse to give up, the ones that fight with everything they have, no matter the odds. Cthaxians stared at the small human and the blood-soaked predator at their feet. He thought of the reports, hundreds of human ships, each carrying these enhanced creatures, all heading toward Cthaxian territory. We accept your terms for peace, he said quietly, his earlier bravado gone. Aaron nodded. That's what we hoped you'd say. The child whispered another word, too soft for the delegates to hear, and Rex relaxed completely, becoming once again the picture of a calm, obedient companion. Ambassador Chan stepped forward to begin negotiations, but paused to address the assembled council. Humanity has a saying, speak softly and carry a big stick. Today you learned that sometimes the stick has claws, and it answers to a child's whisper. As the stunned delegates filed out to begin peace talks, none of them noticed Aaron's small smile, or the way Rex's modified eyes tracked each of them, cataloging weaknesses, measuring distances, always ready for that one whispered word that would release hell once more. Humanity had indeed proven their point. They weren't prey. They never had been. They were the species that had domesticated wolves, befriended the apex predators of their world, and turned them into loyal companions. And now they had taken that ancient bond and weaponized it among the stars. The galaxy would never make the mistake of underestimating humanity again. Please follow my channel for more videos. One click from you can change my life.